Have you ever had the experience where things didn't go the way that you were expecting and it knocks the wind out of your sails? Like, you planned everything out perfectly. You set the stage. Everything was like a guaranteed win. And it didn't work out the way that you were expecting. And you got to go back to the drawing board. You feel like a failure, right? But are you? Just because things didn't go the way that you expected, just because things haven't gone according to plan, that doesn't mean that you are completely off track. It's time for a recalibration. Let go of perfection. What the name of the game now is keep taking imperfect action. Let's talk about it. I'm Sensei Victoria Whitfield from strategicmeditation.com, your source for the best guided stress reducing and relaxation meditations for professionals, because your energy is everything. And when you feel better, you do better in life and business. So that's why we do strategic meditation. You start your free trial at strategicmeditation.com today. This is the third in a 4-episode installment exploring the concept of self-acceptance in life and business, and how our lack of self-acceptance is what can really stop us from being able to make the progress that we seek, right? We're called to positive impact. We have that vision of the good that we want to do in the world, or what we're capable of, or what we want out of life. And life happens, though. And we can also get in our heads about being able to move forward. So we're talking about embracing this new era of self-acceptance in a very deep way, and allowing that medicine to spread through our personal and professional lives. Because as a leader or as a self-employed individual, like, the personal and the professional are very deeply tied. This is alongside a chapter-by-chapter study of Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. This is the sequel to his famous book, Think and Grow Rich. It's about the secrets to freedom and success. We're looking at chapter 8 in Outwitting the Devil, which is all about definiteness of purpose. This book, by the way, is about confronting the self-sabotage. If you're someone who gets in your own way, there's this pattern, there's the self-saboteur within all of us, and such as the devil of the angel and the devil on our shoulder, right? The angel says, yes, you can. The devil says, no, you can't. And in this book, Napoleon Hill confronts the devil on his shoulder and makes him confess all of what are his tricks of trying to get him to stop and not do more good and not be successful. And this book is just so powerful if you are trying to claw your way out of being stuck in life as a people pleaser. If you are trying to claw your way out of poverty and debt, financially as well as mentally and spiritually, this book is really powerful medicine. I highly recommend it. By the way, if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, you wouldn't have known that we've been getting through more than half of the book. I think we're just past the halfway point. Amazing. So with that, and forgive me, I have a delicious cold, but I'm outside because this is my favorite season. I love autumn. I love New Jersey. It's my favorite place, my favorite time, my favorite everything. Yay. So we are talking about taking imperfect action and enduring in taking imperfect action. So many times as idea generators, high on the quick start, people who are initiators, entrepreneurs, we're creatives, we're artists, we believe that we can. We have all this optimism in us, but oftentimes the optimism can get mixed with perfectionism, right? And be kind to yourself if the frustration that things are just not quite right, or not going according to plan, can really knock you off your game, can mess with your confidence and your momentum. Because when things are a little bit outside of what you expected, if you're not used to that, right? If you're a bit of a control enthusiast, we'll call it an enthusiast rather than a control freak. But I'm a control enthusiast. And so when things go outside of plan for me, I know it can make me feel insecure of like, oh no, are things falling apart, right? And if you're also like me, you like to plan ahead, right? What is the saying? It's like no plan is a plan to fail, right? A failure to plan is planning to fail. So we want to be organized. We want to write out what are our tasks, what are our goals, what are our KPIs, and so on and so forth. But what can happen though, after we get into the plan, we get so wrapped up in the experience of predicting and strategizing and organizing and creating this perfect vision, this perfect step-by-step manual for how life is going to proceed. And we get emotionally attached to that feeling of, aha, I figured it out. And then when we actually step into the execution of the plan, life naturally explodes that plan. Even the best laid plans, right, will get messed with. What is another saying? Man plans, God laughs, right? It's natural. The only constant in the universe is change. So things can't always go according to plan. I know I teach intuitive development as one of the forms of meditation that I teach at strategicmeditation.com. And business owners love that. Business owners and leaders love that. Women love it because they're like, ooh, I can see the future, right? I can predict because I have my intuition, my gut feelings are going to tell me what's going to happen. And I would say intuition is about 70 to 80% accurate. That's a high margin, but you want to know what it's not? 100%. There's still that solid 20 to 30% of the time when you project, you do a visualization, you get the dreams, you're journaling, the tarot cards, the prayer, the messages, the songs, the 1111, you're seeing all the, ooh, I'm getting all the signs, right? That this is going to happen. 80% of the time it will. But there is still that 20 to 30% of the time where you get all of the go-ahead signs and it doesn't happen. Be kind to yourself, right? If you find yourself in that situation today, right, or this week, because I'm hearing from my spirit guides to say right now that 20 to 30% of it not working out is actually for you. Stay with me for a moment. Have you ever heard of resistance training? So, as some of you may well know, I love, one of my hobbies right now is powerlifting. And I spent most of my life, I only picked that up in 2023 on Valentine's Day, so I'm very new to it. But one thing I could tell you is that I spent most of my life as not an athletic person. I didn't have muscle on my body. And so before I started lifting, I'm 5'3.5", so I'm almost 5'4", but not quite. So I'm fun sized. So at that level of development, I was around 140, 150 pounds. After a few years, so it was 2 years now, just a couple of years of powerlifting, I'm sitting pretty solid between 180 to 190 pounds. And I'm in a fluffy sweater today, but like, as you can see, I'm not like holding excess. I'm not gonna reveal my abdomen, but these clothes, like these pants, I don't know, these pants are the same pants that I was wearing when I was 40, 50 pounds lighter. And before I started powerlifting, I thought if I get over 150 pounds, I'm gonna be a blimp. And sure enough, without the concept of strength and resistance training, I would have been correct by that old data, because it wouldn't have been based off of muscle. I've learned over the last 2 years that muscle is heavier than fat. And so before, when I used to starve myself to be skinnier, because I thought that's how to be healthy, is to just be skinny. And I had a shift in the recent couple of years of like, skinny is not healthy for me anymore. I need something other. Like, what other kind of criteria can I measure health alongside? And for me, it went from skinny to strong, right? And so when I started measuring my health from just, can I be as skinny as possible, to can I be as strong as possible for my body, the numbers, on the scale changed. Oddly enough, the numbers of my clothes didn't. And I never buy a certain size anyway. I go according to like measuring my waistline rather than just going by scale now. But what happened was that I discovered that resistance training, the more I would do it, the stronger I got. And the way I look and I feel in my body is so much more powerful than when I was trying to be just as skinny as possible, right? Letting go of just being skinny, I'm now orienting to being strong. And because I'm orienting to being strong, I learned about resistance training. And the point of resistance training is to lift to failure, especially when you're powerlifting. You're building muscle. You're tearing away the old and creating and nourishing the new. This is the key to understanding endurance, right? When you endure in taking that imperfect action, when you endure in going to failure, on the other side of that failure is a newfound strength that you could not have accessed unless you broke open the old paradigm. Literally, your muscles tear, right? I've had to learn to, when I lift heavy, I have to have a rest day immediately after, right? And I have to go through all different types of recovery processes to foster the health of my body, recreating herself over and over and over again. Failure is good. Take imperfect action. Even when I'm trying to do the deadlift and I can't get it all the way up, and because my pinky's released, so the thing has to fall, that's a better lift than none at all. Take imperfect action. It will move you towards your target. And as you take the imperfect action, the plan will have to adjust in order for you to continue to orient towards your new measure of success. So remember from my story, my old measure of success is how skinny can I be? The skinniest I've ever been in my adult life was, I think, 134 pounds. And that was I was not healthy. It was really bad. In photos, amazing. But let me tell you, in like living in the body, garbage. I think I was living off of Twix and cigarettes at the time. Oh yeah, super healthy. That was years and years ago, right? I thought, oh my gosh, probably around 20 years ago. Whereas now I have a balanced diet, I have a strong body, I'm healthy, right? I don't have to take as many supplements as I used to before, right? It's different now. It's such a beautiful thing to shift what is your definition of success. In my example, it's from orienting to being skinny to orienting to being strong. Now, the plan for getting Victoria to be strong has had to adjust over time. The amount of protein I'm intaking, the types of protein. I used to think, oh, protein bars, protein chips, protein drinks, blah, 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 blah. Nope. That ruined my digestion, messed with my joints as well. I had no idea that the type of protein, the plan as you take imperfect action adjusts if you are willing to accept the feedback of the data that you get. I ate the imperfect action. Eat a protein bar. Data. Oh, I get super bloated. My joints hurt. My skin is messed up. Messes with my digestion. Okay. Am I going to accept this data that is mine? And this is where self-acceptance comes in. Is my data relevant, or is what they said in that YouTube, or what they said in that magazine, or what my doctor said, or what my coach said over there, no, just eat that protein bar, works for everybody? Is what they say and their data more relevant to me than my own real-time data? That was another thing I had to learn, was to accept myself and my own unique field experience and pay attention to it. That y'all can have, for example, I can't do vegan protein powder. I don't know why. Y'all can have that. I can't do it. It's the way my body reacts to it. I turn into a trumpet, and I don't want to live. My life is a trumpet, y'all. Right? So I took imperfect action, bought the whole thing. I'm going to be healthy and have vegan protein powder. Nope. But the plan must adjust when you get the data and accept that, okay, this is my reality. This is my resource. This feedback, this failure, this discomfort, this plan not working is raw resource for me to accept or not. Right? I don't know who I'm speaking to. Like, comment below if this message is for you. Like, did you need to hear this? Are you not accepting the feedback and the raw data, the information that's coming back to you from your own life? Or are you just only going off of what other people, other books, other programs, or your initial plan said would happen? It's time to let go. Let it go. Open and receive. Repeat to me. I love and approve of myself. I am open to receive. I accept myself and my life. I receive it. I accept and acknowledge this is my life. This is me. I receive it. And so it is. With that, let's do the reading of the day from Outwitting the Devil, right? Because that's that devil on our shoulder saying, no, I will not accept this. I'm wrong, right? They said that vegan protein is amazing and helps everyone. Therefore, I'm wrong. My body's wrong. Let me just keep eating it, even though it's telling me it's bad for me. For me, not for everyone, but for me. No. I'm wrong. Everyone's right. And what I'm seeing in my life, in my business, in my body, in my relationship, in my neck of the woods, in my part of the country, right? What I'm seeing is just, I shouldn't believe my eyes. I've got to believe what they said. Hashtag stop it. Let's read. Napoleon Hill asks the devil on his shoulder, let us look into the sources of advantage of definiteness, or being intentional and decisive, definiteness in the everyday affairs of life. Which is more apt to succeed, a weak plan applied with definiteness, or a sound, strong plan indefinitely applied? The devil on his shoulder responds, weak plans have a way of becoming strong if definitely applied. This one, look at how rageful I read. Like, I just scribbled all over it. I'm gonna read it again. Weak plans have a way of becoming strong if definitely applied. Big if there. Napoleon Hill answers, you mean that any plan definitely put into continuous action in pursuit of a definite purpose may be successful even if it's not the best plan? The devil on his shoulder says, yes, I mean just that. Definiteness of purpose plus definiteness of plan by which the purpose is to be achieved generally succeeds, no matter how weak the plan may be. The major difference between a sound and an unsound plan is that the sound plan, if definitely applied, may be carried out more quickly than an unsound plan. Napoleon Hill asks, in other words, if one cannot always be right, one can and should always be definite? Is that what you're trying to get across to me? The devil on his shoulder says, that's the idea. People who are definite in both their plans and their purposes never accept temporary defeat as being more than an urge to greater effort. You can see for yourself that this sort of policy is bound to win if it is followed with definiteness. Napoleon Hill asks, can a person who moves with definiteness, both plan and purpose, be always sure of success then? The devil on his shoulder says no. The best of plans sometimes misfire, but the person who moves with definiteness recognizes the difference between temporary defeat and failure. When plans fail, he substitutes others, but he does not change his purpose. He perseveres. Eventually, he finds a plan that succeeds. Tying this back to take imperfect action. Not just once, but endure and keep taking imperfect action. Keep taking imperfect action. Keep taking imperfect action. Keep taking imperfect action. Don't give up just because you've suffered a loss or a seeming defeat, right? With inside of this, every defeat is the seed of an equal or greater opportunity. That is a quote from Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So there's a seed. A seed. This is an acorn from an oak tree. Here we've got our oaks that are towering over. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful oak trees towering over here at my office. And when you keep taking imperfect action, you are not just gathering more resources, you're being resourceful. You are using what God gave you. You are using the resources that have gathered around you, the raw data, the feedback, right? So I could just tell you about how inside of every acorn is an oak tree. This little guy right here, like this is the size of my eyeball, like maybe smaller than my eyeball. Inside of this guy is that guy right there. All the way up. Right? It's inside this guy. There is the entelechy, which is the intelligence, the natural intelligence for growth in every acorn to form an oak tree. Now, I could just tell you that. Or I could use the resources that are in my immediate environment, such as going and picking up this acorn to show you physically this concept and embodying it. I could just say it and not give you an illustration, but no, I am here, I am accepting, I have accepted the resources that are all around, that are right under my nose. Go ahead and do this, by the way. I had a teacher of mine who used to say, put your finger underneath your nose. This is where everything you need is. Right? Shout out to Fabienne. This is where everything you need. Everything you need is right under your nose. As you look down, can you see? No. Can't really see your finger. But this is where everything, if you would just become resourceful, go out and ask. Go out and say, show me. Show me how this is for me. Go to the site of where you failed and say, what am I learning right now? Look at your bank account. Look at the event that didn't go well and say, how is this happening for me? Right? Go get the acorn and pick it up. Don't just think about it. Go get the resource and take it in hand. Right? Take imperfect action and accept the resources that are around you. You don't have to do it perfectly. You do need to be present and to process all of the gifts that God has given you. Thank you. And so it is. With that, the card of the day is the wheel as a challenger. Looks like that right side up, but challenger is upside down. Archangel Michael, 10 in the major arcana. A time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side, but it's upside down, which means you're challenged to see this, or resisting seeing this, such as, is this really a time of positive change? You're thinking, is this situation really moving forward? Is fortune really in my favor? Are things actually moving forward? My spirit guides are saying the card came forward to say, yes, it is, but your mind is upside down, right? You're not allowing yourself to continue to endure and taking imperfect action because you think things have been turned upside down. Whereas no, the wheel of fortune is yours. And it's turning for you. Things are moving forward. But your mindset and your lack of acceptance of how things are growing and progressing, your lack of acceptance of yourself and the way that you naturally grow and progress is what's holding you back from seeing that things actually are moving forward for you. I will. My spirit guide said read. So I'm going to keep this upside down. The angel sent you this card because of positive changes occurring in your life. Expect and enjoy beneficial new opportunities as they present themselves. This is an optimal time to make big and small changes. Take the leap with the knowledge that everything will work out for you. Old blocks are lifting, and everything now moves forward quickly. If recent events shook your faith, you'll now see how they were actually positive for you. Rapid advancement is likely now. So my spirit guides are saying that this video is meant to be a wake-up call for you. Don't give up. Don't stop just because things are getting messy. Don't stop just because things are getting messy. You know, ask any woman who's ever given birth vaginally if it's messy. Don't stop. Everything you want, everything you've been asking for is on the other side of the mess. You got to go through it. You can't go under, around it, or over it. You got to go straight through. It's happening, but you're kind of squeamish about the mess, even though things are moving forward. But this video is to remind you that, oh, no, don't give up. Make a mess. Take imperfect action. Accept your body. Accept your business. Accept yourself and your life as it is. Just keep going. The mess, even though it's messy, is yours, right? So keep on keeping on. With that, we can talk about this till the cows come home, but you know, as the creator of strategicmeditation.com, I believe that when you feel it, you do it, right? We can intellectualize and rationalize and talk all logic and philosophy and theory, and you know that's what I'm here to do with you. But if you don't feel it, you're not going to do it. That's why we do strategic meditation. If you want the direct link, go to bevisionarymovement.com, bevisionarymovement.com, so that you can log in to our member center of our vault of thousands of meditations at this point that I created for you to improve your level of performance and energy. So with that, this is the filming of this video. It's November 2025 meditation tracker. We are doing the number 3, Patience Spirit Guide Drum. Go ahead and type in the top of the app, Patience, like be patient, Patience Spirit Guide Drum. So it's 16 minutes a day. And so what this specific strategic meditation is going to do for you is to help you find your rhythm of going through with imperfect action and having patience with yourself. Oftentimes we get squeamish about the mess because we're impatient, but use this strategic meditation, 16 minutes, to help shift your state, right? Because when you feel better, you do better. Do that first and then go take imperfect action. Now, if you come to the end of this video, I just want to thank you for watching to the end. And if you have not yet, make sure you like and hit the share button. Someone else needs to know what's going on right now in the energy and receive this encouragement. I'm having so much fun sharing these messages with you, as well as the beauty of nature. Looking forward to seeing you when you come here to New Jersey for your next session. If you want more information about that, make sure that you email me at team@victoriawhitfield.com or text me 732-903-8573. Mwah. Looking forward to seeing you soon. And remember, you do not have to lose your glow as you grow in life and business. See you in the next one. Bye for now.